But what you have to remember is that GMAT is not really a math test. The math that's required for the test is pretty basic, pretty straightforward stuff, and it is in fact a test of logic. Now, your reasoning ability is what's being tested. The number of properties area, so that's issues like properties of odd and even numbers, properties of prime numbers, divisibilities, and so these areas are very convenient for GMAT to hang difficult sort of questions from. You have an algebra question, then really you've got your hands full in the say the 2 minutes that you've got just doing the algebra. When you've got a number that's about the properties of a question that's about the properties of odd and even numbers, then you need to, it gives the GMAT more opportunity to get you to focus on puzzling out the question because you really haven't got much to do in the way of calculation. So we're going to look first we'll look first at these issues. I mean, a key vocabulary to start with, and you need to sort of obviously be familiar with the word integer, meaning whole number, positive, negative, or zero, and with this vocabulary to do with multiplication. If you're talking about integers, then you would say a factor times a factor equals a product. So the product is the result of multiplication. A factor is an integer that divides evenly into another integer, and so we'll see that will be pretty important as we go through. We also need to be conscious even of the very straightforward principles of zero, positive, and negative numbers. Any factor times zero is going to become zero. We must remember that positive numbers times positive numbers are positive, negative times negative are also positive. If you multiply two negative numbers together, then they lose their sign and become positive. The only way you can get a negative number as the result of a multiplication is when you multiply a positive number times a negative number. These may seem like the most basic principles. Even those of you who haven't come to grips with any math since you were 16 will be saying to yourself, oh, yes, I knew all that.